Teen mom Mackenzie McKee in tears over twin gender reveal. Teen mom. The next chapter star Mackenzie McKee was in tears over the gender reveal of her and Kizanio Hall's twins. She shared she was expecting on the Drew Barrymore show, and then the big moment made it onto the show. So what happened when the genders were finally revealed? Keep reading for more details. Mackenzie McKee in tears over twin gender reveal. During this season of Teen Mom, the next chapter, Mackenzie McKee and her fiancé, Kizanio Hall, underwent IVF. Since she had her tubes tied after her third baby, getting pregnant naturally was not possible. They discussed reversing her tubal ligation, but that also did not have a high rate of success. Therefore, she and Kizanio turned to IVF to make their dreams come true. Ultimately, 2 embryos were implanted and both took. They were thrilled to learn about he twins, but next, they needed to find out the genders. Kizanio and Mackenzie went to get an ultrasound, and on the way, she was praying for one to be a baby girl. She currently has 2 boys and 1 girl, so having another girl was very special. At the gender reveal, Kizanio kicked 2 soccer balls, each turning pink, so twin girls were on the way. The first automatically led Mackenzie to tears, and she jumped into Kizanio's arms. She could not help but get emotional, as this was exactly what she wanted all along, and she had found a loving and supportive man. Interestingly enough, the Teen Mom star donned a baby blue romper for the gender reveal. So it looked like she felt it may be a boy somewhere in there. However, Mackenzie McKee got exactly what she wanted, and everyone surrounding her was thrilled. Her father was initially worried about her health, especially since she has diabetes. Yet she has been doing her absolute best in staying strong, although she was recently hospitalized. Fans are loving Mackenzie. This has been a great season for Mackenzie McKee, as Teen Mom fans have loved seeing her find love and restart her life. She was just a teenager when she and her ex-husband, Josh McKee, had their first child. He has since been MIA and not actively involved in the lives of their 3 kids. However, Kizanio Hall has stepped up in so many ways to make things a lot easier. So when she found out she was having 2 girls, viewers could not help but cheer. This is going to be so exciting for the couple, and hopefully, Teen Mom gets renewed for another season so her twins can shine bright. Mackenzie McKee never imagined her life would come to this moment. Standing beneath a pastel balloon arch in her Oklahoma backyard, surrounded by close friends, family, and the ever-present MTV cameras, waiting to find out the genders of her miracle twins. The sun shone warm across the field where she and husband Ryan had set up the reveal, but a gentle wind tousled her long blonde hair, carrying whispers of anticipation and years of complicated memories. Her heart pounded in her chest like it did the first time she saw her son Gannon on a sonogram screen all those years ago. That was when she was just a teenager, scared, unsure, and uncertain of how to be a mom. But this moment felt different. It was layered in something deeper, a sense of redemption, a culmination of heartbreak and healing. The past few years had tested her beyond belief. Her marriage had been through stormy seas. There were betrayals, therapy sessions, separations, reconciliations, and a shared commitment to co-parenting. And then, when she thought her story had settled into a rhythm, the unexpected happened. She got pregnant. With twins. God really has a sense of humor. Mackenzie often joked in her confessionals, but the truth was, she believed these babies were a sign. A divine do-over. A second chance. Maybe even a gift from her late mother Angie, whose absence still ached like a fresh wound. The backyard was abuzz with excitement. Blue and pink streamers danced from fence posts, and a white sheet concealed a massive black balloon hovering in the center of the yard. Confetti cannons lined the perimeter, their fate unknown until that balloon popped. Mackenzie clutched Ryan's hand tightly,
You ready,
her
babe?
knuckles pale. Ryan whispered, his voice low and grounding. She nodded. I think so. Her sister Whitney stood nearby, holding the pin with an impish smile. Do you want me to do the honors? Mackenzie gave a breathless laugh, her eyes already glassy. Let's do this. The countdown began. 10, 9, 8. With each number, Mackenzie's life seemed to rewind in a cinematic montage. She saw herself at 16, sitting in a doctor's office, her whole world shifting. She remembered sobbing in the school bathroom, heart hammering with the unknown. She saw her mom's strong arms around her, her reassuring voice. You can do this, Kenzie. 7, 6, 5. Her thoughts skipped to Bronx and Jaxie, her younger children, their little hands always reaching for hers, grounding her even in chaos. She thought about the TikTok videos she posted, the workouts, the controversies, the self-doubt. 4, 3, and now here she stood, about to find out whether she'd be raising 2 boys, 2 girls, or a mix of both. The crowd chanted the final numbers. 2, 1. Piop. The balloon burst open with a thunderous sound, releasing a blizzard of color into the sky. Not just one, but 2 hues. Pink and blue fluttered through the air, raining down over the guests in a breathtaking swirl of joy. Cheers erupted. A boy and a girl. Someone yelled, and Mackenzie's hands flew to her face. She dropped to her knees in the grass, her body shaking with sobs she had no control over. The tears poured out of her like a floodgate had opened. These weren't just happy tears. They were years in the making tears. Tears for everything she'd lost and gained. For her mom who wouldn't be here to hold these babies. For the battles with postpartum depression, for the online trolls, for the accusations, and for the silent nights when she questioned if she was doing anything right at all. Ryan kneeled beside her, wrapping his arms around her as she trembled. Hey, hey, he whispered, his chin resting atop her head. You did it. We're okay. I can't believe it, she sobbed. I can't believe God gave us both. A boy and a girl. It's perfect. It's so perfect. Camera crews respectfully zoomed in from a distance, capturing the raw emotion of the moment. Mackenzie wasn't performing for the lens. This was as real as reality TV could get. Tears streaked her bronzed cheeks, and her mascara clung stubbornly to her lashes. The confetti continued to float down like blessings. Her daughter Jaxie ran toward her, giggling and twirling in the swirl of colors. I wanted a sister, she squealed, hugging Mackenzie tightly. And I get a little brother too, added Bronx, never one to be left out. Mackenzie looked at them both, her heart cracking wide open with love. You guys are going to be the best big siblings. Later, as the crowd thinned and the sun began to set in golden streaks, Mackenzie sat on a swing beneath her mother's favorite oak tree, gently rocking. She cradled her still small baby bump, whispering quietly to the lives growing inside her. I hope you know how loved you are already. I hope you get all the parts of me that are strong. And I hope you get your Nana's heart. She would have loved you so much. The wind rustled the leaves above, and for a fleeting moment, Mackenzie swore she felt a hand on her shoulder. She didn't turn around. She didn't have to. She knew it was her mom. Ryan joined her on the swing, scooting close. What are you thinking about? Everything, she said honestly. How far we've come. How scared I was when I found out. And how peaceful I feel now. Like maybe we're finally okay. He nodded, slipping his hand over hers. We're more than okay. As the sky turned cotton candy pink, like the confetti that still clung to the grass, Mackenzie closed her eyes and let herself soak in the moment. This wasn't the chaos of teenage motherhood. This wasn't a storyline for ratings. this was her life. Messy, beautiful, and full of surprises. And for the first time in a long time, she didn't feel like she had to prove anything to anyone.